All right, we are live. Hopefully the mic isn't picking up the fan too much, and we should be good to go. Welcome back to the Idols to Rivals podcast. It is episode number 47. I am your host, Jack, at Jack Hummell on YouTube, Instagram, Anchor, Spotify, whatever you're on. It's at Jack Hummell, 2 M's, 2 L's. And like I said, this is episode number 47. We should be hitting episode 50 by the end of the month. And it is May, so it's my birthday month. It's a lot of my family's birthday months. And today is actually Cinco de Mayo, so I'm super excited about that. That's kind of why I'm filming this during the daytime, if you could tell. Normally I film it at night after everything's done and just to kind of knock it out beforehand. But Cinco de Mayo, hopefully going to be going out with some people and just spending the night, hopefully not spending the night, but spending the day on the river and just, enjoying being down south. I think this is the closest I've ever been to the Caribbean for a Cinco de Mayo, so it should be fun. And I'm super excited about it. So hopefully we'll be getting some margs. I hope everyone's celebrating. I know it's on a weird day, but I tweeted this out. It seems like the best deals happen when Cinco de Mayo isn't on a Friday or Saturday. Whenever it's not on the weekend, I feel like people want you to come out so they give you better deals. That's what I've noticed. I don't know if it's a trend. I don't know if it's everywhere, but I have noticed that it is better deals when it's on worse days for people to go out, which makes sense. But today, NFL draft went exactly how we expected, some better than others. We tied the record with Miami for the most first-round draft picks with 6. That was super exciting. I'm pumped about that. I wish we would have got the record. We were 1 away. I think Christian Barmore should have been drafted in the first round. I was really hoping the Ravens or the Bucks would have got him, but they didn't, so we just tied the record, but we'll get it eventually. I assure you that. But, yeah, we have Najee Harris going to the Steelers. Love that, even though I'm not a big Steelers fan. I think that's a great spot for him. Mac Jones going to the Patriots kind of broke my heart, but it's been made up for with Jalen Waddle going to the Dolphins. So hopefully I'll get to see Jalen thrown to Tua again, just like it was in my college days. I'm excited about that. It was fun seeing him in Bryant-Denny and then seeing him in Hard Rock. I can't wait. So now I got to buy a jersey from DH Gate or AliExpress or whatever it is, because I'm not paying $110 on NFL Shop, and you can get the same quality jersey at DH Gate if you did not know. That's how people afford all these jerseys, because they're the same quality and a tenth of the price. But yeah, I can't wait to see them playing in the pros. It'll be crazy to see Tua to the Jalen connection. And then Jalen Hurts also got Devontae Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles. Another one. I wish he wouldn't have gone to that team, but he should have been drafted higher anyway. But I'm super excited about that. So now all we really have to look forward to is football season. Can't wait for that to come. Football season is always the best. I think now it's just NBA and MLB just kicked off. I'm not 100% sure. I don't follow those two sports as much as I should, but I think the NBA season is coming to an end. I wanted to go to a Miami Heat game. I don't think that'll happen, but next season I will be there, and with COVID restrictions and everything like that being lifted, should happen here pretty soon. But in other news, speaking of COVID restrictions, so we just got the mask ban lifted in Florida. One of the reasons I moved to Florida. Now, private businesses still can implement them, which is just for health and safety, which I totally understand. But as a statewide policy, you're not required to wear masks, which is fantastic. I'm very excited about that. I think they'll still be around for a little bit, like I said, for the private businesses and people's health. I understand that. The vaccine is coming around. Everyone's getting it. And I think California reported no deaths for the first month since all this craziness started. Super great to hear. It sounds like people are getting better and people are becoming immune to it, which is fantastic news for anyone that's ready for the world to get back to normal, which I think is pretty much everybody. And with that, some other huge news. I don't know why this has been just taking over the internet, but Bill and Melinda Gates are getting divorced. And I saw an article about how Bill Gates is getting an army, quote unquote, of lawyers to defend his $130 billion in assets because he didn't get a prenup. And so this begs the question of, A, should you always get a prenup? B, I don't think the army of lawyers will help. I feel like a lot of people, I believe Jeff Bezos' ex-wife took away $37 million out of the divorce, which is not half, but it's close enough. It made her the 5th or 6th richest. It might have been even higher, but one of the richest girls in the entire world, or women in the entire world. And that's exciting. I think that it mixes things up, but I obviously pay whoever's due what, but I don't think it should be a 50-50 split. I really don't, unless there was extenuating circumstances where it really was your spouse, male or female, whatever it may be, gave up their career to assist in yours. And so if you can't prove that, I don't think it should be a 50-50 split, but it is going to be a mega big deal whenever this comes out. The Bezos one, I feel like went pretty quick, but there was a lot of like cheating allegations and all that fun stuff. But with this one, we'll see what comes out of it. I don't know if it'll be wrapped up quick like the Bezos one or if it'll be kind of strung out, but it is weird to see considering all they've done, all the billions they've put into, public health, foundations, that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, just donations wise, I think they probably donated more money than anybody in the history of mankind, which is crazy to throw out those figures and those facts, but it's true. And so it is kind of a bummer seeing them split up. But these these pictures on Twitter where people are DMing Melinda Gates or Bill Gates saying, just shoot or shoot, might as well take a crack at it, are hilarious. Or fake Bill Gates profiles on Tinder are great. And so we'll see what comes out of it. It's just weird seeing somebody in two people in such a powerful position, going through stuff that everybody goes through, going through divorce, which is unfortunately a part of life for a lot of people, for majority of people. I think the divorce rate's been over 50% for 10 years at this point. So it's crazy to see that billionaires are people too, and kind of brings them back down to earth. But super excited, super ready for what's to come in the future. I think everything's kind of slowing down right now. Like I said, it's Cinco de Mayo, summer's coming up. I'm ready to get back out there. Went to the beach for the first time, kind of the beach. Went to this bar called Elbow Room, which is right on the beach. Great place. It literally is. There's no elbow room. I think that's kind of the joke, but it was 2 stories. They only took cash, so you had to go to an ATM, get that $5 surcharge, which I'm sure their ATM company loves that. And because, as soon as you get there, you drove all the way down there to get there, or Ubered down there, or got on one of the joy rides to get there. You're going to pay $5 to get your cash out. And it was a little bit of an older crowd, but it was fun. I uploaded some snippet clips of that yesterday. And that was kind of just some iMovie stuff that I gathered because I lost a lot of the footage that I had from going on the boat, which was another thing. So went on the boat in Pompano, absolute great time. We took it out to about 300 feet deep. I think we were 2 or 3 miles off the coast, jumped out and you put the goggles on, and I tell you, it felt like you were in virtual reality. Got on the boat. It's dead silent. All you can see is blue, and you put on the goggles and it makes everything crystal clear. I didn't even have my contacts in, but I could see better than I see with my contacts. And you look up under the boat, you can see everything, and the water is the bluest I've ever seen for being out that far. And then we went to about 30 or 40 feet where if you just flipped over and kicked your legs down, as soon as your head got to the horizontal, you could see the bottom, which I'd never been in that deep open water of actually swimming around 30, 40 feet. And it was surreal. And we will be making a lot more trips about that. I want to bring GoPros. There was a drone at one of the inlets. So kind of where people go in and out is where everyone parks. So you'll throw an anchor out, park, drink, whatever you're going to do. And one of the larger boats had a drone flying around. So I think as soon as I get my pilot skills up, I want to take the drone out and a couple of the GoPros, because I have 3 or 4 GoPros and they've never really gotten any great use. They've been to the lake. They've been to some beaches before, but I think taking it out on the boat, diving with it, and then having the drone to give that aerial view would be something super, super cool. And so I'm excited about that. That was the whole reason. And I kept saying it the entire time we were on the trip, but it was like people work their whole lives to move down here, to retire down here just to do this every day. And we're doing it on a random Saturday after we were out the night before. We're going out tonight and we get to just hop on this boat and go out. And so I was super thankful. It really put things into perspective of why I've been working to get here, and kind of that aha moment of yeah, this is real. This is your next part of life. This is the next journey. And going forward, it's going to be an adventure. There's a lot of tough decisions to be made. There's a lot of things to do, but that was the moment where I was like, yeah, it's worth it. It's worth the struggle. It's worth the risk. It's worth not knowing what's going to happen next, because you get to do things that people don't get to do. And even in normal day-to-day life, if you take it to the extreme, if you're sitting there, I mean, if we really want to go off the deep end, it's like, okay, if you can stand up and walk, that's great. If you can use your hands, some people can't use their hands. If you can think, if you can talk to your loved ones, whatever it may be, it's just being appreciative. But that was kind of a moment where I was sitting there on the back of the boat, and we're, I don't know, like I said, 2 or 3 miles away from shore, and just realize, hey, like you're not on spring break anymore. You're not here visiting your friend for the weekend. You're not here as a tourist, as a visitor. You're here because you live here. And now you're going to drive 20 minutes back to your apartment where you live and continue on your day and go to work on Monday in the same place where you're going on a boat, you're docking up to other boats, you're tying up to the bars, just hanging out with people. And it was a cool moment. It was that moment that I've been kind of waiting for everything to kick in. I still haven't really got that moment of like, oh shit, I'm here. But that was the start of, okay, like this is real life. This is where you're going to be living for at least the next year or so. And then from there, you kind of get to decide. And so I've been taking it upon myself to reach out to everyone I can, to network as much as possible. And I feel like networking can be used can be kind of seen as like a negative connotation. And I think that too. I feel like networking can be kind of disingenuous, but I think networking it's just the word. I mean, talking to everybody. And I heard a great tip, I guess you could say. It's always on TikTok. TikTok's dropping some knowledge. I think it's because it's so quick. You get like 15 seconds or 60 seconds, but it's just acknowledge everybody. Acknowledge the guy pouring concrete outside. Acknowledge the police officer you walk by. Acknowledge the person that lives down your hall that you see walking their dog every so often. Like just say, hey, how you doing? Just say, hey. Just give them a head nod. Even you don't have to say words. Like if your headphones are in, just give them a head nod. And I think it's going to pay off in droves because I already feel whether or not they reciprocate, whether or not they care, it's really for you. It's really almost a selfish act because then it's like it'll become an instinct. It's become a thing where it's just like I may not even be trying to make conversation, but it's like, hey, how's your day been? Or like, hey, you have a good one, as you say it on the way out of the elevator. It's just things like that, and it builds that muscle, it builds that repetition, and repetition is so important to where when you get in that situation, whether it be you want to talk to a girl, whether you want to be you're going to an interview, whether it be you're talking to someone you look up to ask for help, ask for a job, get into school, whatever it may be. Once that muscle's built up, it really won't matter who you're talking to because you've put in the reps, you put in the time to get that done. And so that's something I've been working on is just I have a sticky note on my wall. It just says acknowledge everyone. Like I said, it doesn't matter if it's a construction worker. It doesn't matter if it's the bouncer at the bar. It doesn't matter if it's someone random and passing. It doesn't matter if it's someone you're trying to hit on. Just acknowledge everybody because it'll pay you back in troves. It'll come back around and show that you care. Maybe you meet this person down the road in the gym at your apartment and they're like, hey, I've been seeing you around. But oh, wait, you want to work in finance or, oh, you want to be an artist? My uncle's a photographer, whatever it may be. And you never know when those connections are come from. And I've said it in every podcast I've done since I've been down here. I didn't move down here all right, let's restart this. I did move down here for the weather. I moved down here for the location, but it's the opportunity. Yeah, there's people flexing with leased cars and whatever and posing or renting cars for 2 days or 4 hours or boats. But there's a lot of real opportunities, a lot of people with real power, real money, if that's what you're after, real whatever. And so you could be going out to the bar and just bump into somebody. And they're like, I like the cut of your jib, as like a 90-year-old would say. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind, but we're going to roll with it. But it's just, I like how you are. Oh, what do you do? Oh, you want to be in banking? Okay. Well, actually I run Regions Bank down here. Or, hey, oh, you want to get into selling boats? Actually, I've been a boat broker for 30 years. You never know. And I think surrounding yourself with that opportunity, that's why I picked big universities. Yes, the people and the partying and the academics, everything like that was great. But it is about the people you meet in that classroom. It is about the people you meet at the quad or at the gym or whatever it is. It's about meeting those people. That's why you're paying those dollars. I've said it in podcast, I think like 20 episodes ago when I was talking about college. Maybe the education could be overrated. You can learn a lot on YouTube, and I've been a big proponent of that as I've learned so much on YouTube and the internet and just straight up Googling. All right, Google this word. What does this mean? All right, now what does this word mean? I didn't understand that definition. And then you just go through it and learn so much. And so knowledge isn't really a commodity anymore. It's everywhere. Knowledge is free and everyone has access to it. So it's really about who you know. And trust me, you can talk to powerful people and they'll tell you that there's people in positions that of great power, of great wealth, of great whatever, of great opportunity, whatever it may be that you're seeking, that are not qualified, that are not as smart as you, that are not as diligent as you, whatever it may be, but it's because they know the right people. And I've talked to people that I've gotten positions that I was not qualified for because I knew the right people. And that's how it happens. You can learn anything. You can learn anything if you're given time and you put the effort in. You can learn any skill you want to learn. You can learn anything. So it's not about that. It's about being put in the position, being in the right room, opening the right doors and being around the right people. And so just think about that whenever you're making your next decision, whether it be to move, whether it be a job opportunity, whether it be school. Think about who you're going to be around, because I honestly value that way more than the physical location, the physical information. It's about who am I going to be around, and will I have opportunities to bump into them in the elevator, or bump into them when I'm going out, or bump into them getting coffee at Starbucks, whatever it is. Think about that. And I think a lot of people should value that and put that at a higher weight of how much it can truly affect your life, and how much it can bring you to another level. And no one, I heard a great term on one of these YouTube channels I watch, one of these jewelers and resellers, and it was like he said something about a self-made man. He hates that term. It's a selfish term because no one's self-made. Everyone's got a team behind them. Everyone has people that kind of helped pave the path and help boost them up. And, people are standing on the shoulders of giants. If you've heard that terminology before, it's true. It's every little bit you can get from people will eventually evolve you. It'll eventually get you better. It'll build you brick by brick, step by step, to turn into the place you want to go. But I hope everyone's motivated. I'm going to end this one a little shorter. I appreciate everybody for listening. Remember, fear nothing, attack everything. If you haven't already, go check out the new vlogs on the YouTube channel. Just search Jack Hummell Vlogs, Jack Hummell YouTube. You'll find it. 43 subs, almost on our way to 50. I'm super excited about it. I appreciate everyone's support. We'll be back with another episode next Wednesday, and I'll be at 24 by the time that video comes out. So that's something scary to think about. That's already a topic I'm going to talk about. Is life comes at you fast. I did not expect to be 24 in a completely new city, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I appreciate you guys for listening. Like I said, go check out my Instagram at Jack Hummell. Go check out the YouTube channel at Jack Hummell. I film all these videos live, so if you want to see the video version of it, go check it out. And if you haven't, go check it out on Spotify. If you haven't heard the audio version, normally the audio is a little bit better. And I don't know. I think it's pretty cool to have it on Spotify, Apple Music, and Google Play. So I appreciate you guys for listening. I will see you in the next episode. Peace. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. And hopefully we'll get some vlog footage tonight. Peace.